And welcome to Hollywood Smoke in the city of Santa Monica. I'm Steve Kim, joined by the editor-in-chief of RingTV.com, Doug Fischer, and the editor of Ring Magazine, Michael Rosenthal. Gentlemen, September 12th is slated. It's the return of Floyd Mayweather. Question is, Doug, is there any chance, now we've heard about the opponents, it's the murderer's row of Andre Berto and Karim Mayfield.
Karim, the hard hitter Mayfield.
Yes, but the question on everyone's mind, and I think the real intrigue, is there any real possibility of this being on CBS?
You know, I heard that was a rumor. A contributor for The Ring and RingTV.com, Michael Woods, told me that he did talk to some people with CBS. He said it's a remote possibility. He said it's kind of like maybe some hopeful optimism that maybe some kind of deal can be worked out, but nah, you know, amongst themselves they're saying it's probably not going to happen. It's just that a deal can't be put in place for that.
Michael, do you think this is a reaction to the toxicity or the toxic nature of May 2nd? The fact that even though Mayweather won, it wasn't necessarily the most well-received victory, that this is almost a give back to the fans, just the possibility of it.
Let's put it this way. If that's the case, I don't think Mayweather's involved. I don't think Mayweather could not care less about the fans at this point. Honestly, I think it's all about this. It's all about money. Thereby, there's no chance that the CBS thing's going to happen.
Yeah, what's interesting is if he gets what was being reported many times over, about $32 million per fight, the question is, number one, would CBS actually put up a license fee of $32.5 million? I saw an article, Doug. The whole SEC football package, which includes, I think, 15 games, 3 primetime, is $55 million. So you're telling me one prize fight with Andre Berto is worth $32 million? That doesn't seem right. And if they do a time buy, let's say they make this part of the PBC, the way they are basically siphoning off money, $32 million for one broadcast, that seems inconceivable. The other question is, let's say it doesn't end up on CBS. How do you tell the public after the sham that happened May 2nd, hey, we're only going to charge you $75 for Andre Berto? How do you do that?
You know, I don't listen. Just as a fan and as somebody who's been watching boxing for a very long time, at least 25 years, if after what happened on May 2nd between Mayweather and Pacquiao, if you spend your money to watch another Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao fight, I think you're a fool. You're stupid. I mean, unless you know that they're in with the type of opponent who is really has a chance to beat them and has the kind of style that's going to make them fight. I think it's foolish because both guys are first ballot Hall of Famers. Both guys are millionaires. Both guys are looking at their exit strategy. And you talk about marketing this fight in September. Maybe that's how they market it. They market it like, hey, this is Floyd Mayweather Jr. He is the best ever. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time, and this is his final bout. This is history. Tune in to see history.
Now, wait a minute.
The grand finale of Mayweather's great carear.
If Mayweather would promise that's his last fight, I think I would be behind it. The question I have, Michael, to you is, if this somehow, against all odds, ends up on CBS and people can watch it on terrestrial TV on the night of September 12th, would it be considered a big deal to you that Mayweather would be on regular, free, basic television?
I think it would be a big deal, but I think people would get the same product. I don't think they'd be any more satisfied just because it's free. You know, Mayweather's been in a lot of boring fights, and people keep coming back. So you're asking, you're saying people would be foolish to buy. Well, they've been foolish over and over again.
We're all idiots.
I mean, he's a boring fighter. Well, some people appreciate him for some reason, and some people appreciate his ability, which is obviously.
And a lot of people tune in to see him lose.
But P.T. Barnum once said there's a sucker born every minute. But here's the changing landscape of television and sports. I think Michigan State plays Oregon that day in a primetime game. The second highest rated sport on weekends nowadays is college football. Obviously, everyone knows that NFL is king. College football is second. I'm a type of guy, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch College Game Day all the way to the last Pac-12 game. And boxing kind of fits in depending on the caliber of fight. I don't know. To me, with Mayweather, I thought it was telling, guys. And obviously, I'm not a Mayweather fan. I don't wave the pom-poms, but the night of June 20th, he was the promoter, if you want to call him that, for the Sean Porter fight with Adrian Broner on NBC. That was a PBC show. When Mayweather got announced at the MGM Grand, now that's his home city, He got booed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, does that tell you right there about the customer dissatisfaction?
Yeah, people were unsatisfied on May 2nd, and it was only wealthy people and celebrities that were inside the MGM Grand.
Certainly wasn't us.
It wasn't. Yeah, no. Never mind us. I mean, we're media, but it wasn't like that arena and that casino was packed with just your average Joe fan. I mean, see, I thought that if anyone was going to root for Mayweather, it was the glitterati.
Yeah.
But even they were turned off by just the level of effort that was given really by both. Let's be fair to Mayweather. Pacquiao laid an egg as well.
It takes two not to tango.
It takes two
not to
tango.
Yes.
Right. But, you know, here's the thing about Mayweather. And I think he's going to grace the cover of the Ring Magazine again before this fight. Right?
That's the plan.
Right. You had sent out an email recently to a number of folks who've covered his career asking, you know, what are your thoughts on Mayweather's career since this might be his last fight? It probably won't be. But I think that's how they're going to spin it, though. And I think he's going to go out and you know, speak that language. Like, this might be the last time you guys get a chance to see me. So, Michael, you asked our thoughts on his career. And I thought about it, and there were some good memories. The thing is, there haven't been any good memories of Mayweather in the ring in probably 15 years or 14 years. I got to go back to like 2001 when he's dropping Diego Corrales and sitting in the pocket, going toe-to-toe with Jesus Chavez in 2001 in San Francisco.
Before we wrap it up here, we got to get going. I know it's like choosing between gonorrhea and syphilis. On September 12th, who is your preference for the Mayweather opponent? Berto or Mayfield? Go to you first, Doug.
You know, the sicko in me wants him to pick Karim Mayfield because Mayfield's not even a top 10 contender.
Yeah.
You know, at least with Berto, and Berto's definitely on the downslide. He did hold a world title. He was a world champion at welterweight. He does have some name recognition. He has been in some memorable battles and has been featured on HBO and Showtime many times, whether or not he deserved to be on those airwaves or not. Mayfield really, outside of the hardcore West Coast boxing community, he's completely unknown. So I'm like thinking, well, you know, Floyd, if you're the best ever, if you're the biggest star in the sport, you should be able to fight anybody and have it be an event. So I kind of want to see him put that to the test. And Mayweather, Mayfield, let's see what happens.
Doug Fischer, the anarchist. Michael?
I got a sick feeling when you asked that question. I don't think Mayfield's earned it. I think it's got to be Berto. Not that I'm remotely excited about that, but what Doug mentioned, at least he's got a name. He's had some big fights, and he could actually be fun to watch at times. So,
for the Twitter fodder, I want Mayfield. For the actual prize fight, I'd like Andre Berto. Well, that's it for this edition of the 10 Count from Hollywood Smoke. This is Steve Kim saying till the next round, goodbye, everybody.